personally know your situation. This person may be your person down the line, but right now they're not. And that's all that matters is this moment. And in this moment, they're not your person. And you have to create that distance. That's the best thing you can do.
What you can't have, never seem to be satisfied.
Hello, my love. This video is just for you. So let's talk about this though, okay? Let's dive into this. I know how you're feeling because I had to go through it myself. A few times, actually. A few times, to the point of depression and losing my self-worth and feeling as if I was alone. And so we're going to talk about what's about to happen to you and what you're going to go through. During this time, your words have so much power. So yes, we are talking in present tense because you are going to get through this and you are going to be happy and love again. And so let's talk about what's about to happen to you, okay, and what you're going to go through. So 1, you are going to heal. You will heal, and you will heal yourself. No one else can do it for you. It has to be you. And I know it's hard right now to sit with your emotions and your feelings, but that is the most important thing for you to do right now, to sit with those emotions instead of pushing them aside, pushing them away. It's very important to sit with these feelings and allow yourself to experience them. Healing starts with you being uncomfortable, and the only way to get out of this is to go through it. So I wish that there was something else I can tell you, but yes, you are going to have to go through nights feeling alone, sleepless nights. You are going to have to go through many moments where you have to sit with this emotion and let it hurt for a while. But I promise you, it is the most important thing that you can do for yourself right now. Sit with it, feel it, and accept it. So personally, I had to go through this myself as well. And I had to learn, and which is why I'm sharing with you. Don't do what I did, okay? You're not going to do what I did. Don't push your feelings and emotions away so that you're feeling them years down the line. You're going to sit with them now so that you don't have to sit with them years down the line. You don't have to sit with that trauma or create trauma to pass down to the next generation. You are going to sit with these emotions because I've learned if you don't deal with them now, they will continue to have power over you throughout the many years to come for you. And you have so many blessings waiting for you. But your feelings are so strong and emotions are so strong they can't control you. It wasn't until I went through those nights where I really sat there and accepted those feelings to where I truly started healing instead of pushing them away. And so I don't want the same for you. You're not going to do the same thing. You're going to sit with these emotions tonight, if you're watching this video tonight, or if you're dealing with a heartbreak and it's been a few weeks or months, you're going to sit with these emotions and you're going to accept it and just let them flow, let them come, cry it out if you have to, do it alone, do it with a friend if you have to, but experience it. And this is why, because healing hurts because it's a cleanse, it's cleaning you and it's taking away all of that toxic energy and those negative thoughts and anything that's not bringing you meaning in your life internally. It's just taking away all of that. And that process hurts a lot because it's loss. It's, losing something that you once had in your past, but it's no longer serving you at this time and at this moment. And that leads me to this next point. Not only are you going to heal yourself, but you are going to create distance. You are going to create space. Because why would you want to remain in the space that's no longer serving you, that's making you question your self-worth, that's making you insecure, and that's causing you sadness, depression, heartache, anger? No. You need to create that distance so that you can truly heal. It's very important. Because when you remain in this space with this person and this experience that you've had, when you remain in that space, again, your emotions and your mind is going to constantly have power over you. And therefore, if this person is telling you basically that, this situation is not good enough, you're not good enough, which I know is not true, but you're going to believe that. You're going to believe that you're not good enough for this person, for this experience, no matter whose fault it was. You're going to constantly put yourself in this box, in this bubble. And I don't personally know your situation. This person may be your person down the line, but right now they're not. And that's all that matters is this moment. And in this moment, they're not your person. And you have to create that distance. That's the best thing you can do. In order for you guys to come back together down the line, or in order for you to heal so that you can find an even greater love, you have to create distance and respect yourself enough. Love yourself. Not just respect, but love yourself enough to do that. Again, personally, I had to learn this the hard way, because by remaining in the space that was no longer serving me, I started questioning my worth, my identity, and I went through a lot of insecurities. I was walking around here very insecure, and I don't want that for you either. You're going to remove yourself out of that space. Again, don't do what I did. You're not going to do that. We don't want your vision to be blurred by what this other person is, how they're making you feel, or how this situation is making you feel. You want to be in a healthier space, and that means removing yourself from this space and going to a much more loving, healthier space. That also means you're going to surround yourself with people that truly love you right now, whether that's friends, family, anybody. You're going to put yourself in, even a pet, but you're going to put yourself in a space with things and people that love you, a person that loves you, someone that's going to allow you to create a healthy space, that's going to allow you to cry on your shoulder, to talk about your emotions, again, to sit with those emotions, to put a smile on your face. But you are going to be in a healthier space. So this means that you are going to cut everything off. Cut it off. And that means no more checking up on social media stalking. No more checking up on this person because you have a good heart. No more checking up on this person's friends because you have a good heart and you're a good person. None of that. No more responding. You are going to create a healthier space and no contact. Create that distance that you need. And again, I know it hurts, but you have to do it now so that you don't have to do it down the line in the future. How you view yourself depends on this. How you heal and how long your healing takes depends on this. Your mind is so powerful right now, your emotions. And this leads to my next point. You're going to shock yourself. It's time to be uncomfortable. It's time to remove yourself in a new space, to remove yourself and put yourself in a new space. But you know that saying that everybody talks about, the best way over one person is to get a new person. And it could be true. It is true, because you're taking yourself out of one space and putting yourself in another space, but it's just covering up that feeling, because at the end of the day, people are always going to disappoint you, no matter how much they love you, and that's okay. But why not, instead of moving on from this person to someone new, how about moving on from someone and going to something new? And that means you have to do something that shocks you. You have to get up and you have to challenge yourself, and you have to challenge yourself to do something that scares you. Put yourself in a new trauma. Again, the best way of an old trauma is to put yourself in a new trauma. Put yourself in survival mode to where you're in this whole new space where you're challenging yourself. You're doing something new that's shocking yourself, and now therefore part of you is now onto this new space in your life, this new challenge. And I'm going to encourage you to do something drastic. Do something that scares you, something that you're very fearful of. And examples, and some of these are some of my personal examples, but moving to a new city, or changing your location, changing your scenery, changing apartments, pursuing a new career, or going harder in your career, your goals. If you're someone that's afraid of public speaking, working on public speaking. If you're someone that's afraid of standing out in a room full of people, work on standing out. If you're someone that struggle with insecurities, or that you're feeling less than what you know you deserve, but you're feeling less than, do photo shoots with people walking by. Be uncomfortable. Do something that makes you completely uncomfortable, and that way your mind, your body, your emotions go into survival mode, because you're no longer putting all of your thoughts and feelings trying to survive this past trauma. that has happened to you, you're now, part of you is now transitioning over to this new space that you're in where you're challenging yourself. And you're beginning to move on to a new challenge, a new space. So do something that scares you. And whatever it is, like, do something that you've always been scared of. It can be as simple as skydiving, or hiking alone, or going to a party by yourself, or going, out in public by yourself. Whatever it is, do something that scares you. Shock yourself so that you can put yourself in a new space. You will still have your lows. I'm not going to lie to you. You will still have your lows. You will still think about this person, this space, and what has happened. But it's going to be back to the grind. You're going to still want to work on this new challenge of yours, this new thing that's shocking you. And so you may have guessed, if not, it's okay, but you may have guessed that this step or this phase, it's going to bring a new meaning and purpose into your life. And so I want to talk to you about that as well. You will find meaning again. You will find purpose in your life. You will create purpose and meaning in your life as well, because you are in control at this moment. Your life is still worth to be lived, to be loved, to be experienced. So you're going to put passion back into that. You will find a passion again. And that also means, like, appreciating the little things, taking the more scenic route. And I love the saying, I love the saying, appreciate the color purple. And that's something that's so simple, but it's like appreciating and finding meaning in the small things, because at first it was blurred, but this world is still beautiful. And now that you're removing yourself out of this space that's creating heartache and depression and sadness, you can now spend a little more time appreciating these small things and big things in your life. So your life is still worth to be lived. So that means there's still so much for you to experience, so much for you to do, so many people for you to meet and to impact, just so much, a life worth living. And so that means you are going to have purpose, you are going to have meaning, you are going to find new goals for yourself, and you're going to go hard, you're going to grind for these goals, okay? You're going to add passion back into that. So that might mean doing, again, okay, so we talked about doing something that you fear. Well, this may lead you also into doing something that you love, or just something that you always wanted to do. You're going to work on yourself again, and you're going to find meaning. You're going to ask yourself, okay, how is this new chapter in my life going to look? And what does this mean for me? What purpose do I have now, and how can I pour into that? This is going to give you something to love again. This is going to soften you up a little bit. And this is going to give you something to pour into, that's going to pour back into you, that's going to give back to you. So you're going to put yourself in the center of your world again. You're going to take this situation and this trauma, however you're feeling, you're going to release that, and you're going to start finding yourself putting more emphasis, more focus, more love and passion into this new chapter and season in your life. And that's what I want for you. I want you to be happy. I want you to have purpose. Because this is why heartbreak is so powerful and important. When you're going through a heartbreak, okay, and this person, this experiences, it's making you feel as if you're not worth it. And it's making you feel as if life is not worth it. And I laugh because I've been there. Life without purpose and meaning is depressing. It is sad, and it's hard to navigate through. And it's okay to go through that. We've all been there. Again, sit with this emotion. But once you start finding purpose and meaning in your life again, you're going to find that passion again. You're going to appreciate the color purple. You're going to love again. And so I want that for you, okay? And so this leads to my next point. You are going to love again. You are going to find love. You are going to have that passionate, romantic life that you always want, okay? It is coming in its own good time. But most importantly, you're going to love yourself again. Because in order for you to love somebody else and allow somebody to love you, you have to love yourself. And I know right now you're probably feeling as if, you don't really have much love for yourself. You don't love yourself. You're probably picking yourself apart, thinking about all of your insecurities and what you could have done better and how you could be better and how you could be good enough for this person. But let me tell you something, okay? You are more than good enough. You are great. And, life is just a series of experience, and you're just living in the moment. I promise you, They always come back, okay? Down the line, they will notice your worth and your love and, you know, what you have to offer. But right now, in this moment, they're just being stupid. Right now, in this moment, they're blinded. They're blinded, and, you know, it's just not it in this moment. And I'm not saying down the line, if this person comes back, that this is your person, they're meant for you. No, because at the end of the day, we don't know what God has planned. You know, I've heard so many different love stories and seen it personally. I've seen people come back together, and I've also seen people move apart. But the person that heals and loves themselves have an extraordinary life and a passionate, loving life. And that's what I want for you. You are going to love again because you will love yourself. These steps that I mentioned on what you're going to go through is going to help you create this very safe, healthy, nurturing space for you to where you can love yourself again. Once you remove yourself out of this space and work on these goals and get this hard part out the way, which is sitting with your emotions, you are going to create a space to where you start seeing you again. You start seeing yourself and love and how powerful love can be. And this situation and this experience that you're going through is actually doing you a favor. This person is doing you a favor because now you can see yourself in a new light. You're learning, you're healing, and you're working on areas that you need to work on, you know, and rather that you notice that in this relationship or you're noticing it after. But now you know that you have things that you need to work on and you can work on. So yes, you have to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. And just how you were willing to fight for this past relationship and this person, you have to be willing to fight for yourself. And that means going through all of these different phases and experiences that we just talked about. You have to fight for yourself because there's so much for you to experience, and people waiting to meet you, and careers waiting to be started, experiences waiting to be experienced. And it all depends on you. Personally, I speak on this because if you're anything like me, if you got a lot of pride, this is important because going through this, sitting with these emotions and working on myself, I learned that I struggle with pride, and it makes this heartbreak hurt much more because you're harder on yourself. You're picking yourself apart, and that's what I was doing. Like, what could I have done better? How could I have been better? But I learned that a part of it was pride, and that yes, this person may come back down the line as you grow, but you're not doing it for them. If you're like me and you're struggling with pride, if that makes you feel better, they come back. But you have to focus on you and understand that someone else's view of you and how they view you, how they envision you, and what they tell you, it has no power over you, okay? It shouldn't reflect who you are. You need to have power over yourself and release that pride and understand that just because you've been a good person or you've made a few mistakes, it's okay to get your heart broken, and that you're going to be okay, and that you deserve to be happy again. And so the only way I came to that conclusion was sitting with these feelings, finally sitting with those feelings instead of pushing them away. And so I just wanted to share that with you. But I also want to tell you and let you know that I am very proud of you, because we are speaking in present tense, and that I already know that you're going to get through this, and that you're already healed and you are loved, and you're going to find that romantic love story, that love that you're searching for. You're going to have it again. So I want you to remember that, okay? That you are going to get through this. It's okay that this has happened to you. It's okay that you're going through nights and you're crying. If you have to cry it out, cry it out. And I'm more than happy to pour into you during this time. I thank you for watching this video. And like I said, I'm proud of you. Remember that you are loved and you should be celebrated, okay? So you got this. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Okay? I love you.